Hey guys, I was recently in an off-roading adventure with a bunch of entrepreneurs in the Mexican desert, and while I was out there, I asked them a bunch of questions to dispense advice to young budding entrepreneurs. So I hope you enjoy the tips from these 6 entrepreneurs. And if you like this and you want to see more about the trip, that'll be the next video, card up in the top right if you want to watch that immediately after this. See you guys later. Enjoy. All right, so I'm here with the organizer of the event, Yannick, and he's taken me on these things 4 or 5 times?
I think so, at least 4, maybe 5.
All right, Yannick, same questions. How'd you make your millions, and what's your best advice for budding entrepreneurs?
We're talking in pesos, right?
Sure.
Yeah. I actually did it through essentially through content, selling information, content publishing. And then when that started working really well, I helped other people take their own knowledge and information and start selling that in all different niches and categories.
And best advice for budding entrepreneurs?
I mean, there's a lot. I think the best advice is like follow your curiosity. Like what are you interested in? What are you excited by? And then just see where that leads you. And then you just keep finding these little connection points. And then especially you keep following your heart too. I mean, it sounds kind of trite, but you just see what happens and then fully live your life for yourself in that way. Like not trying to live it for your parents or what they expect for you. Mine would have expected me to be a doctor or a lawyer or an accountant.
That's right, yeah.
By the way, that's the Jewish hat trick.
Yeah, and you're super connected too. Like I know you're friends with guys like Richard Branson and stuff, right? Like you've connected with a lot of people. How'd you do that? Like how'd you become friends with Richard Branson?
The best way that you can connect with really high value, interesting people is by being of value to them. So
Bingo.
Like one of my favorite questions always, anytime I meet somebody, it doesn't matter where they are in their station of life. So it's usually to me, the first question is, what are you excited by right now? What are you passionate about? That could be business or life. And then it's me figuring out a way to serve them in some way.
So it's like a probing question.
Yeah, because I want to know where they're passionate, where their energetics are, and then you give them a book or a resource or a connection or whatever it is. And also not keeping score, not making it transactional, like really being from a place of like how can I provide value? And especially like you mentioned Richard. He gets hit up all the time for, hey, Richard, will you do this? Or, I want to pitch him this. Like, I look at it as first, he's a person. And what are we interested in together? Like, and it has to be real. Like, so, we're very interested in space together. How do we use business as a force for making a difference in the world? How do we have fun, have some adventures together? And then, all the other stuff happens from that.
All right, there you go, boys. Who are you? How did you make your millions? And what advice do you have for budding entrepreneurs? Fire away, bro.
Hey, my name is Adrian. I made my first million doing e-commerce in the early days. Sold the company to a private equity firm. And what was the last question?
What advice do you have for budding entrepreneurs?
Yeah, the biggest one is have a great network. You are who you surround yourself with. Always make sure you surround yourself with people smarter than you. The same advice everyone's going to give you. You're the summary of the 5 people you hang out with. So be really selective about who you have in your inner circle. That's it.
There you go. Who are you? How did you make your millions? And what advice do you have for budding entrepreneurs?
Vic Holterman. Made it with Screen Rant, movie news and movie review site. Grew it, started as a hobby. I didn't jump into it full time until it was making enough money that I could support myself and my family. So don't go all in just on a whim. So it took me a few years to build it up, but that's my main advice is like don't make the leap fully into your business until you're pretty sure that you can support yourself on it.
That's good advice. So prove the model first. So same 3 questions. Name, how'd you make your millions, and what advice would you give to budding entrepreneurs?
Name is Shane. I would say that, it's not really what you do, it's kind of what, it's how you do it. So, I made my success. From basically, providing a service and helping others. If it's a create win-wins, that's how you win.
So add value. Value will create money, yeah?
That's right.
Would you say?
That's right.
So I'm here with my buddy, Gary. Who are you? How did you make your millions, and what advice do you have for budding entrepreneurs?
Yeah, Gary Anderson, own an investment firm, managing money. My advice is pretty simple, man, except that in order to get there, it's going to take 5 to 10 years. You're going to have to grind through those first 5 or 10 years to come out the other side. That's the thing most people don't realize. They want it to happen immediately. 5 to 10 minimum, maybe 20, but keep grinding, keep working.
There you go. So every overnight success, minimum 10 years. All right, so I'm here with my boy Charles. Same 3 questions. Name, how'd you make your millions, and best advice for budding entrepreneurs?
My name is Charles. Made my first million by working hard as a nerd. My advice is work hard, learn how to read people, and also try to be genuine, but if the person is not, then don't reciprocate.
Follow-up question. So how do you discover reading people? What's the best way?
Well, this is something Rich says a lot. You don't listen to what they say, you watch what they do.
All right.
And also, some people get offended pretty easily and they double down when you hit them back. And they don't know how to admit mistake.
All right.
So those are usually the signs that they're
Keep
not
those people out of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, summary, do the damn work.
Mm-hmm.
Here come some cars ripping up behind us. We just take a little water and food break or bite break. We're in the middle of the desert on our way back to Cabo San Lucas. And yeah, so far so good. Awesome day today.